You don't have to step inside a casino to gamble. Most people gamble with their time, their peace, their future, every single day.
But once you learn to think in bets, you'll never make blind choices again. Welcome to BetFree. Life isn't a game of chess. It's poker. In chess, every piece is visible. Every move is predictable. If you're skilled enough, you can control the outcome. But in poker, just like in life, you never know all the cards on the table. You make decisions with incomplete information. You take risks. You get unlucky. And sometimes, even when you make the right call, you still lose. That's where most people get it wrong. They judge decisions based only on results. If the outcome was good, they assume the decision was good. If the outcome was bad, they assume it was a mistake. But that's not how reality works. That's not how success, growth, or even recovery from gambling works. Because a good decision can have a bad outcome. And a bad decision can have a good outcome. That's not luck, that's life. Annie Duke, a former professional poker player turned decision scientist, calls this way of thinking in bets. It's a mindset that changes how you see every choice, every risk, every setback. Because the truth is, every decision you make is a bet. You're betting on a future you can't see. You're betting on information you believe is right. You're betting that your reasoning, your instincts, your understanding, will lead to a good result. But just like poker, the best players don't win every hand. They just make the best possible bets, again and again. And over time, those good bets add up. You see, most people live like gamblers, chasing certainty, believing that if they just think hard enough or feel confident enough, they'll make the right choice. But there are no guarantees. Confidence isn't accuracy. The real skill isn't being certain, it's being honest about how uncertain you are. When you think in bets, you stop judging yourself by short-term results. You start asking better questions. Was this the right choice given what I knew? Did I use the best information I had? Did I consider the odds, or did I just follow emotion? Because that's where change begins, not when you're right, but when you're real. Think about how gambling works. It feeds on your belief that you can control the outcome. That if you just try harder, bet smarter, or get luckier, things will turn around. But life, like poker, doesn't care about belief. It rewards preparation, patience, discipline, not certainty. And when you start to think in bets, you stop trying to win every decision. You start trying to make decisions that win over time. That's what separates the people who grow from the ones who keep spinning in circles. The truth is, every day you're betting something. Your time. Your energy. Your attention. Your peace of mind. So ask yourself, what are you betting on? Are you betting on quick rewards, or long-term growth? Are you betting on illusion, or reality? Because whether it's gambling, relationships, business, or self-improvement, you're always playing with odds. You just have to choose which game is worth playing. The key to smarter decisions isn't knowing everything. It's admitting what you don't know. It's replacing ego with curiosity. It's being humble enough to say, I might be wrong, but here's my best reasoning right now. And that's powerful. Because when you think that way, mistakes stop being failures, they become data. Losses stop being personal, they become lessons. You stop living reactively and start living intentionally. You stop saying, I was unlucky, and start asking, what can I learn from that? That's how professionals think. That's how winners evolve. And that's how you break free, not just from gambling, but from the illusion of control that gambling gives you. Because at its core, gambling feeds your brain the lie that you can control chaos. It tricks you into thinking you can predict the unpredictable. But thinking in bets brings you back to truth, that control doesn't come from predicting outcomes. It comes from managing your process. And when your process improves, your life improves. Imagine if, instead of betting on chance, you started betting on yourself. Betting on discipline. Betting on consistency. Betting on growth, even when the odds feel uncertain. Because the person who wins in life isn't the one who never loses, it's the one who learns the fastest. It's the one who reflects, adjusts, and keeps betting on a better version of themselves. When you stop chasing guarantees and start embracing probabilities, you stop fearing failure. Because every choice becomes part of a bigger game, the game of progress. You won't win every hand, but you'll win over time. And that's what matters. So the next time you face a decision, big or small, pause and ask yourself, what am I betting on? What do I really know? What are the odds, and am I okay with them? If you can answer those questions with honesty, then no matter what happens next, you've already made a winning move. Because thinking in bets isn't about being perfect. It's about being aware. It's about learning to separate what's in your control from what isn't. It's about focusing on process over outcome. And when you do that, you take your power back. Remember this, you can't control every card life deals you. But you can control how you play them. And that's the difference between living on chance and living with purpose. This is BetFree, and this was Thinking in Bets. If this message connected with you, share it with someone who needs it. And remember, you don't need luck when you have awareness. You don't need chance when you have discipline. And you don't need gambling to feel alive, when you're finally in control. Every day, you're making bets, with your time, your focus, your choices. The question isn't whether you're betting, it's who you're betting on. From now on, bet on yourself. Bet on growth. Bet on the version of you that refuses to gamble your life away. If this message hit home, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because at BetFree, we're not chasing luck, we're creating freedom.